Bye-bye Garnacho. Man United could land superstar Rashford upgrade. Welcome to Manchester United Daily Updates. Before continuing this video, click the like button and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with the latest news from Manchester United. With just over 2 weeks to go in the transfer market, Ruben Amorim is yet to make any new additions to his Manchester United squad to try and make his own mark after taking over in November. There's no question that new signings are needed if the side are to move in the right direction under the 39-year-old, especially considering their lowly Premier League standing of 12th after the first 21 outings. Supporters have grown frustrated in recent months, understandably so given the previous success in the Northwest, especially considering the rise of the likes of Nottingham Forest and AFC Bournemouth, who are battling it out for a European spot this season. Many of the frustrations have been a result of the poor recruitment, with many of the players brought into the club failing to make the desired impact, numerous of which haven't been worth the fees forked out for their services. However, if the club are to invest in the near future, outgoings need to be made, with countless members of the first team already being touted with departures from the theatre of dreams. Man Utd's potential attacking outgoings in January. Numerous players have been touted with a move away from Old Trafford, including £86 million man Antony, who has been of interest from the likes of Real Betis and Olympiacos over the last few days. The Brazilian isn't the only one close to the exit door, with fellow attacker Alejandro Garnacho also attracting interest from Italian side Napoli, who look set to lose their own star man Kvicha Kvaratskhelia to PSG. The Argentine could well leave after previously dropping out of Amorim's side completely, but the Red Devils would demand a fee in the region of £60 million to offload the youngster this month. Garnacho could be followed out of the door by Marcus Rashford, with the Englishman almost certain to depart his boyhood club after a fallout with the new manager which has seen him excluded from the 39-year-old's plans. Borussia Dortmund, AC Milan and West Ham have all been mooted as potential destinations for the 27-year-old, whether that be on a temporary or permanent basis. Should they lose all three of the aforementioned attackers, the side would be massively lacking in options within the final third, making it crucial that the hierarchy target replacements accordingly before the end of the window. The player who would be an upgrade on Rashford. Out of the three players linked with a move from Old Trafford, a deal for Rashford would undoubtedly be a sad one for the supporters, especially after his long-standing affiliation with the football club. The Englishman has made over 400 appearances for the Red Devils, scoring more than 130 goals, producing countless moments of magic during his time in. Liverpool willing to offer £33 million for Patrick Dorgu signing. Liverpool are firmly in charge of the Premier League's title race as they lead second-placed Arsenal by 4 points with a game in hand. They have been the most dominant force in the English top flight since the campaign got underway, although 3 winless results in their last 5 matches in all competitions have exposed a few gaping holes. Arne Slot's men are no longer looking as defensively solid as they did a few weeks ago, with Andy Robertson's form coming under particular scrutiny. The Scottish international has struggled with a shoulder injury since the back end of last season and has not been able to contribute as effectively in the back four as he would prior to the issue. Kostas Tsimikas has also failed to live up to the billing, thereby prompting Liverpool to explore the transfer market for a left-back. In their bid to replace Robertson in the longer run, Standard Sport, citing Italian source Solo Lecce, has reported that the Reds are preparing an offer worth £33 million for Serie A defender Patrick Dorgu. Liverpool must beat Man United to Dorgu. Patrick Dorgu has emerged as one of the best left-backs in the Italian top flight this season, with the Lecce star subject to interest from elsewhere in England as well. Manchester United are among those keen on landing the Dane as Ruben Amorim plots the acquisition of a new left-back given Luke Shaw's and Tyrell Malacia's struggles with fitness. United are expected to back the former Sporting Lisbon boss in the transfer market, although Dorgu's purchase could be put on hold until the summer. Liverpool are looking to take advantage of their arch-rival's hesitation in pursuing a deal, with an offer expected to come Lecce's way before the January transfer window slams shut. It will be interesting to see whether Lecce, who are just 2 points off the relegation zone in the Serie A, are willing to part company with their prized asset at this point in the season, or whether a deal is agreed now at a fairly reasonable price for both club involved, with the left-back officially becoming a Liverpool player after the campaign comes to an end. Man United C. Randal Kolo Muani transfer takes twist hours after manager confirmation. The latest Manchester United transfer news as loan target Randal Kolo Muani is unexpectedly held up from signing for Juventus. Randal Kolo Muani's expected loan move to Juventus has been thrown into doubt in bizarre circumstances, though it is not a situation that has put Manchester United on high alert. Throughout the January window so far, Man United know they cannot make signings unless space is made in the squad. If that space becomes available, Ruben Amorim has been touted to add an attacker to his squad based on recent comments. I think, again, we have a lack of goals. This team in the past scored a lot of goals from transition, not from building up in the half of the opponent's pitch. So we'll see tomorrow versus Southampton. We have a lot to improve, he told the media this week. I think that is the biggest problem in our team. The lack of goals and the lack of ability to play in the last third of the opponent, to control the games, to control more of the games. So we know that. Paris Saint-Germain's out-of-favor French national Kolo Muani was not ruled out as an option by Man United amongst other Premier League clubs, though in recent days all signs pointed to Juventus winning the race. Speaking at his Friday press conference, manager of the Italian club Thiago Motta confidently announced, "Kolo Muani will be a new Juventus player. It is all good. We are waiting for the formal documents and then he will be ready to play. I am so happy." However, Gianluca Di Marzio has since reported the loan transfer has been plunged into fresh doubt. Under normal circumstances, Old Trafford Chiefs would perk up, get their heads together and maybe look at how they could steal the deal from right under Juve's noses. But on this occasion it would seem an unlikelihood, as the report explains it is actually PSG's fault for the unexpected hold-up. Apparently the French side came to realize that they have already reached the maximum 6 senior players out on loan, so now must move pieces around before confirmation can be given. The deal is not at risk, so not the news Man United may have hoped for. It hasn't ended well for the 4 Liverpool players who made it clear they wanted to leave. Many superstars who once won the hearts of Liverpool supporters have left for pastures new in years gone by. For quite a few, however, it didn't quite go to plan. Uncertainty surrounds some of Liverpool's biggest stars as the January transfer window gets underway. Arne Slot's Reds are sitting pretty at the top of both the Premier League and Champions League, while they remain in the FA Cup after an impressive 4-0 win over Accrington Stanley. But all this isn't enough to stop the speculation. Both Mohamed Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold could be leaving Anfield behind with their contracts up at the end of the season. Negotiations for renewals are reportedly stalling, and the global elite like Real Madrid are waiting to pounce. Should they stay or should they go is the question football fans are asking themselves. There's no denying the duo have created a legacy not just on Merseyside but in football as a whole. Yet the grass isn't always greener. Many stars who once won the hearts of the COP have left for pastures new in years gone by, chasing the European dream or boatloads of money. For quite a few, however, it didn't quite go to plan. Philippe Coutinho. 7 years have passed since Barcelona acquired the services of the Brazilian maestro in a deal worth a staggering £142 million. Hoping to etch his name among the Catalan greats, Coutinho's move to Spain didn't quite work out for either party. His 5 years at Liverpool were full of iconic goals, such as a belter against Southampton, that free kick versus Arsenal, and who can forget the United strike in the Europa League back in 2016. These performances caught the eye of the Spanish giants, who were looking to replace Neymar, after his shock move to Paris Saint-Germain, and the outgoing icon Andrés Iniesta. But the dream move soon became a nightmare, as it was apparent the midfielder couldn't fill either of their shoes. He was too similar to the Argentinian magician Lionel Messi, with their styles clashing when played together, and he simply struggled to find his place. Antoine Griezmann's arrival in 2019 was arguably the final nail in the coffin. This pushed Coutinho out to a bit-part role, which soon saw him shipped out to Bayern Munich on loan. Since then, he returned to the Premier League with a short-term stint at Aston Villa, on loan in 2022, before making the move permanent. Yet consistency still eluded him, and he was once again sent out to Qatari side Al Duhail and now Vasco da Gama in Brazil. Speaking to Spanish outlet Sport about his decision to leave Liverpool, Coutinho said, "No, at no time does he have any regret. Things did not turn out as I imagined, as people expected, as I expected because I am the first to demand of myself on the field. I tell myself that I have to give more on the field. I tried everything. I have always been very professional and I don't regret anything. Manchester United seriously interested in move for former Manchester City player. Manchester United are back in Premier League action this weekend. Manchester United can sign some players before the end of the January transfer window. They could do with bringing in some fresh blood and injecting more quality into their ranks. The Red Devils also have the opportunity to let some players leave the club should they wish to. Ruben Amorim's side won 3-1 at home to Southampton last time out on Thursday night with Amad Diallo scoring a hat-trick. Manchester United target Borussia Dortmund star Jamie Gittens. United are seriously interested in a move for Borussia Dortmund winger Jamie Gittens. According to Sky Germany reporter Florian Plettenberg, they are being linked with a swoop for the Bundesliga ace along with Bayern Munich. Plettenberg posted on X, Jamie #Gittens remains a top transfer target for FC Bayern in the upcoming summer. Bayern have already held talks with his management, as they aim to sign at least one top winger. All exclusively revealed in December. Should Borussia Dortmund fail to qualify for the Champions League, a departure of Gittens in the summer becomes very likely. #BVB FC Bayern are aware of this. Also seriously interested, Manchester United. Gittens, 20, is from Reading and is an England youth international. He is being tipped for a bright future in the game. Dortmund snapped him up in 2020 and he has broken into their first team over recent times. He has made 84 appearances in all competitions and has chipped in with 16 goals, 11 of which have come in this campaign. The attacker could be seen by United as someone to boost their attacking department. He has been on the books at Reading, Chelsea and Manchester City in the past. Manchester United latest. United are back in action this weekend with a home fixture against Brighton and Hove Albion. They weren't at their best against Southampton but got the job done in the end. The Red Devils are sat in 12th place in the table and signing Gittens could help them rise up the league. Amad was the star of the show against the Saints and Amorim said afterwards, he needs to continue. In football, one day you're a really good player. The next day you have to do it all over again. That's the spirit we need to have in this team. We've won one, scored 3 goals, and need to prepare for the next match. But he did a great job, even during the game, before his goals. He has a lot to improve. He played in a different position today and then, in the second half we took advantage of his ability with good assists from the players. His last goal was similar to the one against Everton. All the players in this team have the same responsibility. Amad doesn't have to step up. If they work and train well, good things are going to happen. He has the same responsibility as every player that plays for Manchester United. He is in a great moment, doing a very good season, but, like I've said,